Welcome back to a new vlog, and if you're new here, hi, I'm Yona. I'm in my 40s, and I live in a Texas suburb with my husband. We're childless and petless, something we didn't choose but we're learning to live with. I work a full-time office job, and on the side I freelance as a photographer and makeup artist on the weekends. Life gets full between deadlines and to-do lists, but in the midst of it all, I still try to carve out space for creativity, healing, and finding a sense of purpose in simply being in the moment. This is how this day unfolded. You guys, today was an emotional day for me. Today was the last day in the office because, like I said many times now, they sold our office building. It looks like it didn't have enough room for everyone, so they purchased new land and built new buildings. And yeah, today was the last day at the old one. A lot of people has already moved to the new building, but it looks like our section is not ready yet. So for the next couple of days, we're going to be working from home, and once our new section is ready, we're going to be joining everyone else in the new building. Although I've only been into this building since August, I felt super sad knowing the history that they've been here since the 70s or maybe even earlier than that, but it was very emotional, you know, leaving a building and how much memory people have built. So they did a walkthrough. My manager's been in this building for 20 years. Can you imagine? That's a lifelong. So we walked on a lot of floors, older, and everything was so quiet, and the chairs, tables have been left. It was surreal, you know. It kind of gives you a perspective too, you know, that you're just kind of be thinking that nothing is permanent, everything is temporary. So it was a good reflection. I would say that I learned a lot just experiencing. Sometimes I feel like we run away from hard feelings and emotions, and that definitely has been the case for me. But I feel like after a lot of healing that I have done, I'm much more comfortable with walking through the pain or other people's pain. I'm able to dissociate so much of it from my own personal story, and I'm able to see their perspective, their story, and it's really healing. But now we're gonna get ready because I need to quickly straighten my hair. We have a ticket for Moulin Rouge that we're gonna have to head out and get to watch it. I've never watched the actual movie, so I'm really excited to see the storyline for the first time. And I might just ChatGPT a little bit more info to at least learn the name of the characters. But I'm so excited to see. We have booked it from, I think, 4 months ago. So it's finally the day for us to go and see the show. So I'm gonna do my makeup in the car because we're running late. But I'm gonna do the hair now. I'm just straightening up the fronts just so that it's a little bit more put together. And I need to start dyeing my hair again. I'm feeling the pain. Well, my mom used to say that every couple of weeks you would need to touch up your roots. Now at that age, I feel like I would need to actually dye my hair more often than I'm used to. Okay, let's go. from the show. I was so excited to tell you. Please let me know if you watched Moulin Rouge before. I'm pretty sure majority of people have watched it. I don't know how I skipped on the trends when it was a hit everywhere, but somehow I missed it. Okay, I have to say that I'm gonna have to go back and watch the actual movie after watching this, because Josh, my husband, has watched the movie and he immediately told me, wait, this is not the same. They actually made comedy material after this one. So it was not like as serious apparently as the movie is. This was comedy with a lot of popular songs, and the singing was great. The stage and the outfits, everything was glamorous and beautiful. The storyline, I'm familiar with that story because in my 20s I got so much into French literature, and the storylines, I don't know why at that era, whenever this event happens, like early 1900s, there was this disease in Europe where you would cough up blood, and I don't remember what it was. It was something about the lungs. And I've read 2 or 3 other storylines that there was this girl that she was a sex worker woman, and finally she finds the love of her life, or that she finds ways out of that world, and as soon as she is out, and then she passes away because of the disease. I don't know what was the interest back in the day with the French people and this storyline, but yeah. So storyline wasn't new to me, even though I never watched a movie, but I was like, oh, okay. The famous genre of this type of woman's story that is alone and in need of money and working. This one wasn't a sex worker, was she? I don't know. It was hard to tell. Like, she was a dancer, but she was #1 star in her company, in her dance company, but her owner was encouraging her to persuade the rich people to invest in the company and by spending time with them. So I don't know. Would she be considered? I don't know. It's hard to say. But like I said, I was familiar with the storyline, but yeah, they made it into comedy. So yeah, let me know if you've ever watched recent performances of Moulin Rouge in your cities or countries, and if they are also comedy, if you know that's a new trend, or did you watch the serious one? The other thing I wanted to say though, it was our sitting. So we usually go and watch performances in the cheap seats, in the top balcony. I haven't had that many issues with them, so I keep going back, and like, this is how we felt comfortable doing things this way. But this time, I don't know what happened. Is it because this show is super popular, or it was just the night? We didn't have such a good experience with the people surrounding us. Okay, first of all, I was sitting next to a lady who came late. It was like 20-30 minutes into the show, and she came. And the moment she sat down, she was so excited. She spoke the entirety of the time to her partner, or the person who was next to her. So non-stop talking. And when they started singing, she would sing with them, and she would sing ahead of them. It was just so difficult to focus or concentrate on the storyline, or like, you know, the singing. It would really throw you off. Like, yes, it was a comedy and there were places to laugh, but she would be just like, I don't know, she was too engaged to the storyline. So at some point I was like, okay, I really had it. Like, I want to focus on the show, but like, she would grab my attention all the time to herself. It's like, I didn't sign up for this show. I signed up for that show. So luckily Josh's other side had an opening, so nobody was sitting on his side. So I left to sit on that side. As soon as I sat next to him, he looked at me and I didn't realize what he was trying to tell me. And I realized like 10 minutes after, because there were a bunch of girls behind that area that he was sitting at, and they were on a bachelorette, like it looks like, gathering, because they were in a group and all dressed up, and they were so loud, okay, like they were drunk loud, to the point that like they would be screaming, they would be like physical with their body. I could feel their legs hitting me, or their drinks would be like swooshed around. And I'm not exaggerating. I swear I'm not. It was something. It was very strange. One thing I would say though, at least in the emotional parts or when there were conversations, they were quiet. You could tell when they would get rowdy and crazy. It was only when the song would peak up. I think they were too drunk, like the low emotions. So whenever the music would peak up and there was a high energy, at least I expected it. You know, I was like, okay, here we go. We're gonna go out. But at some point, she did something, the girl behind me. I don't know why she was moving so much, but you know, like her kicking, that was fine. But then I felt like my hair, in the back of my hair, are moving. And I just looked back, and I don't know how much air she could produce because she was blowing. Like she would be doing this. But it was such a powerful blow that even the hair on the back of my hair was moving because of what she was doing. I don't know. It was something. So Josh felt so bad, and he was like, maybe next time we need to graduate from the balcony. Maybe we should pay more and go in a different, area. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I haven't had this bad experience before in other shows. I feel like maybe it was just this one night. Or is this particular show that grabs the type of attention? So I don't know, but that was something. I feel like my attention was definitely divided. I wasn't entirely on the screen and the actors because I had a lot going on around me. Yeah, so that was my experience, but I definitely want to go and watch the actual movie, because now I want to compare, because Josh keeps saying, oh my gosh, this is not the same. Wow, I can't believe they did this. And he kept saying like the actual movie is more serious and this was comedy. But now I started with comedy, I can't imagine it being serious. So yeah, so I can't wait to watch the movie, to be able to compare. And yeah, let me know if you have watched Moulin Rouge, and if you have watched the Broadway performance, and how was your experience? Have you watched the recent ones? It was a comedy as well, the one that you watched, or was it just this Broadway show that we watched is decided to go on a comedy route? I don't know. Well, let me know. Okay, I am super tired now, and I'm going to hit the bed, and I'll see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching this long, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope everything is going super well for you. If you feel called for, please let me know how your days are going, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.